What's up guys, Donnie B here. Today we're talking backpacks. And for the past 2 years, this has been my everyday bag. It's the Pgytech OneMo in the camo. And it has been the closest to a perfect camera bag that I've been able to find. But it has held up tremendously over the past few years. But it finally gave out on me. The zippers broke. First it was just one zipper and I was using the other one, but the second one finally gave out. It's only attached on one side. I tried to cut it to make it go back together and it's just not working. So lucky for me, and I guess lucky for everyone, that Pgytech has decided to make the version 2. So today we're going to be taking a look at the OneMo 2. This is the 25 liter version. This is also a 25 liter version. They do make a 35 liter. That's just extremely big for my needs. So get into it and then we'll talk a little bit more about it along the way. So let's get this thing opened up. I feel like I should have a top-down shot, but as you can see, my second camera is gone. That's because we're trading it in, trading up. Let me get this out of the plastic and we'll talk some more. Oh, it's not even green camo. It's kind of gray, like a bluish gray now. So before we dive into this, I just want to say that, you know, whenever I decide to buy something, I dive deep, man. I do a lot of research, and I was strongly considering the Peter McKinnon everyday bag for one reason and one reason only, and that's because it had 2 of the tripod pockets. You'd be able to carry a tripod and a bottle of water. I carry tripod. This is the Ulanzi 0Y. Love the tripod. It stays in the bag, but some days I have to take it out to be able to fit my water bottle in there. So I was strongly considering the Peter McKinnon everyday bag just so I could have those 2 tripod pockets. But the problem with that was that every video that I saw, and I'm not saying it's a bad bag, I don't know, I've never even touched it, so I don't know. But every video and review that I saw, everyone had a camera and one lens in it. That's all they would carry. It's just the camera, the lens, and it always had the microphone. And it just seemed like it was more set up for videographers. And me being a photographer, I like to carry the trinity of lenses. You know, the 16 to 35, 24 to 70, and 70 to 200. And I even keep the 45mm prime in there, and along with my drone. So I just didn't see with that pocket at the top, and then even if you did the cubes, it just didn't seem like it was enough room for me. I don't pack clothes. I don't need to take things like that. So I just want to carry my gear comfortably. And this bag has served its purpose, I mean, beautifully, with the exception of it not holding a water bottle too. So, and I wouldn't even be upgrading to this had that zipper not broken. Now I could probably take it in somewhere and they could get it fixed. I could probably even send it back to Pgytech and they could probably fix it for me. But you know, the version 2 came out. There are some upgrades, some thoughtful things that they've done that made it a lot better. And I'm really excited to find out. So right off the rip, I'm noticing that this camo is a little more gray and blue compared to this one was actually more green. It doesn't bother me either way. I like the gray. It looks good. So immediately looking at it right out of the box, one of the biggest things I've noticed the difference is the padding on the bag. That looks incredibly comfortable. And also the waistband that this comes with now, I'm hoping that's removable. Yes, it is. So the previous waistband was literally just a strap like this that kind of fed through the bottom. It wasn't much to it like this. Let me know in the comments if y'all even use these waistband straps. They look very nice. They're a huge upgrade from the previous model, and I could see it being handy if I was going on a trail or something, but I'll probably never use them, just being honest. So let's look at the back padding. before we even open this thing up. So right off the bat, you can see there is a huge difference in the padding. Now this one was never uncomfortable, but my back did sweat a good bit, you know, on long walks or just all day wearing it. And this one has definitely got a lot more. This is hard to do. This one's definitely got a lot more airflow. The mesh is better, the padding is thicker. You got the center handle, you got the side handle, but you know what I'm not seeing? Oh, I guess that is. So you got the center handle or the luggage pass through if you want to put it on a bag. One thing I am noticing that, let's stand this up. So one cool thing that this one did, and I actually did use this quite a bit, is that you could stuff these guys, or girls, in there like that, so that the straps weren't all willy-nilly. And it appears that that feature is no longer there. But that's okay though. That's a minor thing. No big deal. I guess if you were gonna put it on your luggage, you could just put it through like that. It now has these dedicated straps just for your Peak Design or your Ulanzi or Pgytech Beetle clip that you can mount on there. We'll be doing that in just a second. And look at this. That's big enough that you could fit a phone in there. Look at that pocket. Get some light on it. That is a pretty substantial pocket. I guess that is meant just for your phone. Now this one does have a pocket on it as well, and that's where I would keep Galaxy tag and an extra Arca Swiss plate. But I'll no longer need to keep the Galaxy tag in this pocket because this one is packing a little secret. That's crazy. Look at that. That is the S23 Ultra with the, oh yeah, that is the S23 Ultra and the D brand grip case that just fit in that pocket. So it still has the side access, and you know I'm not a big side access guy, never have been. I just never use it. So you got side access on top and bottom compartments. So on the version 1, the battery compartment was just on this door, had this cool little indicator system to show that your batteries were charged or not charged. You could hold 3 batteries comfortably. That's where my drone remote sits. Take that out. So yeah, you could fit your 3 batteries there. It seems that they've done the same thing, but they've just put it behind its own little flap. Still got the same battery indicator system, which I guess is okay. I never had a problem with these coming out or anything, but I do like the fact that they're just right there, one little piece of Velcro, and you don't have to. There's a LP E6 battery there. Yeah, I don't know if that's better or not. I guess more pockets are better than less pockets. You could still stuff some like documents or something like that in there. But I tell you, I mean that wasn't a bad system. I don't know why they would change that, but also on the top, this is not easy to do, y'all. Also on the top, this pocket here, also on the original, this pocket here had was RFID protected. So if you open it up, you can see that foil liner. This one does not make that same claim. Matter of fact, it's even see-through. It's mesh now. These are just my first impressions though. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Alright, and then there's the tripod pocket. I don't know. It seems they've made that a lot taller. Yes, they did. That's definitely a lot taller. It comes higher up the bag, which is a good thing. I mean, I never had an issue with it falling out, but oh, nice little pocket for your wallet and things like that. Boy, these zippers need help. So on this same pocket on the original, not only does it open all the way, but it gave you nice little organization for each one of your cables. So as you can see there, like it just stuffs right in. It holds each cable. Pretty nice. And then there's also another pocket there, along with the mesh there, where you can keep pins. I keep a multi-tool, things like that. So this pocket no longer zips all the way. It just kind of flaps open. Kind of a bummer, if you ask me. A little bit of a bummer. So before we open it up, let's talk about the expansion. So this one goes from 25 to 33, I believe. And it does that by unzipping all the way down to the bottom. And then it gives you and it gives you that much space. And in the original ad, they were advertising that you could stick a gimbal in there, or you could pack some clothes, but you know, it gave you extra room. I've only had to use that a couple times, like when I was at the beach or something, we were stuffing stuff in there, the wallets and keys and things. But for the most part, I would always leave these open and then just use these as my zipper to open and close. Now with the OneMo 2, from what I understand, is that it goes from 25 to 35. And will expand all the way out, top and bottom, which is cool. So open her up and see what we got in there. Alright, cool. So yeah, they're still advertising that this is for your gimbal. There's a little gimbal picture right there. And then you got a couple pockets there for, I guess, cables and stuff like that. This is the Zhiyun Weeble S Zhiyun. And as you see, it does fit in there pretty good. Never would I ever have, I never say never, but I would probably not ever have that in there. But it does fit, so. Oh, we got another pocket on the back. Oh, here's where all the accessories are. So there's your rain fly. Oh, that pocket doesn't go very deep at all. It only goes that deep. But yeah, this is where your rain fly is, and some additional straps for the, I guess, what would you call that? The molly system, to be able to strap things to it. So you got your molly hooks there and there. They're all the way down. A couple straps for that. I guess you could probably do your gimbal that way, or a drone. Alright, now that we've looked at everything around the bag, what do you say we open this thing up and see what it looks like inside? This handle here has definitely been improved. It definitely feels a lot more beefy, and that is the handle that I personally have used most of the time whenever I'm carrying this bag. And it's definitely a lot thicker, a lot more beefy. Like I said, the only problem I've had with that bag at all is that the zipper finally gave out. and I would zip and unzip several times a day. So, you know, you're talking about a lot. So 2 years worth of zipping. Let's just do the math on that. All right, so let's just say 2 years even. So 365 times 2, that's 730 days. So if I opened and closed the bag twice a day, so that's 4 zips. So times 4, so that's 2,920 zips that bag went through before, at a minimum, that bag went through before it finally gave out. And I even, you know, like as someone who does a lot of camping and like grew up in the, you know, hiking trails and things like that, I even know the little hacks of like put chapstick on your zippers that makes them last a lot longer. And I kept it oiled up. I did that quite often, and it just finally gave out. All right. Oh, you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't even know if you've noticed it yet. Let me show you. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so this bag is open, right? Unzipped. It opens up to the side. There's been a lot of times that I've been like crammed somewhere and this has been leaned open like that. You know, opening it up all the way is kind of an inconvenience. But look at this. They have thought to improve this. Now it opens up that way. Oh, they've even added a little, that's cool. So now you got this little bungee thing there and a lock to keep that shut. Very thoughtful. They didn't have that. Well, that was Velcro. So one thing that makes the OneMo bag a really incredible deal is that not only is it one bag, but it also comes with 2. And from what I understand, they have improved this one as well. So here's the original version, and here's the new version. Yeah, I kind of like that green a little more now that I'm looking at it. But let me know in the comments, which one do you like? You like the gray camo or the green camo? Alright, so all the dividers are kind of stuck to the sides. I'm not really sure how we're going to set this thing up yet. Give me an idea of how much room is in there. So one cool thing about their dividers is they do add these little shelves that when you have it in there, these things pop down and you could do, like say you had a 50 mil, you put a 50 there, and you also stack your little 28 on top. Boom, 2 lenses in one spot. Pretty awesome. Alright, so here's a little tag saying that this is where your air tag pocket goes, or your air tag pocket is, right here. We know that it'll fit an air tag, but will it fit the new Samsung Galaxy tag, or Galaxy Smart Tag 2? Oh, that's actually a pretty significant pocket in there. So I was able to get that Galaxy tag in there, but man, it was a booger to do. I guess I'm keeping it because I don't think I can get that thing out. So not only do you have a compartment for a 16-inch laptop, but you can also fit a full-size tablet or iPad in there. I do feel like the Velcro is a little bit more secure, but these 2 compartments are definitely a lot more padded than the previous version. Honestly, I'm probably going to set this one up exactly like this one, but over the years I've started to add things to the bag that it has become significantly heavier than when this journey started. So I'm hoping to take the time to kind of clean house, so to say, and we're going to put just, you know, the things that I use every day back in this bag. There's a lot of stuff in here that's like in case. I might need it, I might not. This is a 6 to 9 stop ND filter that I paid $250 for that I've never used one single time. Never used it. Not once. That's heavy, man. That adds up. So they did keep the lens cap. I'm trying to do this without looking. So they did keep the lens cap mounts on the shoulder straps. I've used that a ton of times. That's very handy. Matter of fact, you can look at this one and see how stretched out it is compared to what the new one looks like. I've used it a lot. It's very handy to have. I don't know about that big pocket. I guess, you know, if you needed a place to put your phone, it looks a little weird, but it is what it is. All right, so this is their little sling bag. That's, ooh, nice strap. Nice strap. That's very nice. Very padded. Very nice. And then you also have some more dividers, which will end up going. It just so happens that this thing fits a drone and its remote and the batteries perfectly. If you got like an Air 3 or Air 2S with the Fly More combo, this thing holds it perfectly. Or at least this one does. But I just had the mini, so it fit in my bag. I never had to use it. But if you needed the space, this is perfect for drones. I think that's actually what they're kind of implying that you use it for. But it does make a great sling bag. Right off the top, look at the difference. Look at the difference in the padding from the previous model. I mean, that is huge. Very, very beefy. Very nice. Very impressed with that. Alright, so this is also expandable, but you got your little pocket up top that you can fit things like filters and extra propeller blades and stuff like that for your drone. This is also even more expandable than the previous model, so you know, if that were insulated, that would make a killer lunchbox for somebody. And by somebody, I mean me. I would totally rock that for a lunchbox. I didn't mean for this to be a comparison video. This is really just more of an unboxing and kind of first impressions. But I got all this stuff here. Let's at least take a look at it and see what they did different than the previous model. So that is fully expanded. Let's get this stuff out of here. So that is fully expanded. That is fully expanded. Which one's bigger? I don't know. This one kind of looks a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Oh, it's got the Molly system on the front. That's one thing they didn't do on that. So that's one thing I see an improvement, is they did the Molly system on the front of this. You got 1, 2, 3 places there. Now be honest. If you saw me rocking around like this, would you give me a hard time? Or would you say that dude knows what he's doing? If you saw me grocery shopping and I'm just, hey. Sorry. Let me know in the comments. Would you rock this as a fanny pack? Okay, that was your unboxing and first impressions of the Pgytech OneMo2. So, is it an upgrade from the previous model? I don't know yet. That's to be determined. So, I'm going to get this thing set up and get all my gear in it and rock it for a little while, and then I'll report back my findings. But I do know that I absolutely loved the OneMo. It's a great bag. It has served me very, very well over the past 2 years. And so I'm looking forward to using the version 2. I do feel like it's going to be a great bag, but for the full review, make sure that you are subscribed and you don't miss it. It will be coming up in the next couple weeks or so. So just give me a little bit of time to use it. I may use it one day and tell you that it's junk and I hate it, but for the most part, I do think it's going to be a great bag. It looks very comfortable. It looks very breathable. Probably the biggest problem I had with the OneMo is that it made my back pretty sweaty, and this one looks like it's going to be a lot more ventilation. So very excited about it. I do have a lot of anxiety about setting up a new bag. That's the kind of thing that keeps me up at night. You know, I'll worry to death about it until I get it right. But we're going to get started on that right now, get some B-roll with some of the zippers and things like that. And then we're going to start using it immediately. And be sure to hit the like button if you found this at all helpful. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the full review on it. And as always, take care of yourselves. You know you deserve it. I'm Donnie B, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.